Hey there, have you ever wondered about the ins and outs of the American political system? Politics shapes our lives every day, so it's crucial to understand how our government operates. But why is our system structured the way it is? How do the three branches of government work together to keep everything balanced? And what are the major challenges and criticisms it faces? Today, we're diving deep into the American political system. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid grasp of how the system functions, its strengths and its weaknesses. We'll explore the foundations of American democracy, the roles of Congress, the President and the Supreme Court, and the critical checks and balances that keep our system running smoothly. Overview of the American political system. So, let's start with the basics. The American political system is built on the principles of federalism and democracy. The core idea is to ensure a separation of powers so that no single branch of government can become too powerful. This entire system is anchored by the U.S. Constitution, which lays out the government's structure and functions. The Constitution established three branches of government: the legislative, executive, and judicial branches. Each branch has its own distinct powers and responsibilities, allowing them to check and balance each other. However, this separation can sometimes lead to gridlock, where opposing branches or political parties can prevent effective governance. Federalism, another vital aspect, divides power between the national government and individual states. This setup allows states to have their own governments and laws, which can lead to innovation but also significant disparities in policies and quality of life across states. While the fundamental principles are designed to promote stability and democracy, the system has its flaws. Critics argue that the Electoral College can result in presidents being elected without winning the popular vote. Gerrymandering distorts representation in Congress, and the influence of money in politics can undermine the democratic process. The legislative branch. Next up, let's talk about the legislative branch, one of the three pillars of the American political system. It's bicameral, meaning it has two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Together, they form the United States Congress. The House of Representatives has 435 members, with the number of representatives from each state based on its population. Members serve two-year terms, making the House more responsive to public opinion. The Speaker of the House, elected by the representatives, leads this body and is third in line for the presidency. The Senate consists of 100 members, with each state having 2 senators regardless of its population. Senators serve 6-year terms, providing stability and a longer-term perspective on issues. The Vice President of the United States serves as the President of the Senate, but only votes in case of a tie. Congress has several key powers and responsibilities, including making laws, declaring war, and approving budgets. It also has the power to impeach and remove the president and other federal officials. Legislation typically begins as a bill introduced in either house, which must then be approved by both houses and signed by the president to become law. Despite its essential role, Congress often faces criticism for partisanship, inefficiency, and the influence of money in politics. Gridlock and partisan polarization can prevent the passage of important legislation, leading to public frustration and a sense of governmental ineffectiveness. The executive branch. Now, let's move on to the executive branch. This branch is responsible for enforcing and implementing the laws passed by Congress. It's headed by the President of the United States, who serves as both the head of state and the head of government. The President is elected to a 4-year term and can serve a maximum of 2 terms. As the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President has significant influence over national defense and foreign policy. The President also has the power to sign or veto legislation, make treaties with Senate approval, and appoint federal judges, including Supreme Court justices. Supporting the President is the Vice President, who assumes the presidency if the President is unable to serve. The Vice President also serves as the President of the Senate, casting tie-breaking votes when necessary. The executive branch includes numerous federal agencies and departments, such as the Department of State, the Department of Defense, and the Department of Education. These entities help implement policies and administer programs that affect various aspects of American life. The President's cabinet consists of the heads of these departments and other key officials. The cabinet advises the President on issues related to their respective areas of expertise. The executive branch plays a vital role in the day-to-day administration of the federal government and the implementation of national policies. However, it can also be a source of significant power concentration, and its effectiveness depends on the President's leadership and the support of the various federal agencies and departments. Critics argue that executive orders can sometimes bypass the legislative process, leading to overreach. The judicial branch. Next, we have the judicial branch, which interprets the laws and ensures they are applied fairly. It's headed by the Supreme Court, the highest court in the United States. The Supreme Court consists of 9 justices, including the Chief Justice. Justices are appointed by the President and confirmed by the Senate. They serve lifetime terms, which helps insulate them from political pressures and allows them to make decisions based on the law rather than public opinion. The Supreme Court has the power of judicial review, which allows it to declare laws and executive actions unconstitutional. This power is a critical check on the other branches of government, but also places significant power in the hands of a few individuals. Below the Supreme Court are the lower federal courts, including courts of appeals and district courts. These courts handle cases that involve federal law, disputes between states, and other matters specified in the Constitution. The judicial branch plays a crucial role in protecting individual rights and maintaining the rule of law. It ensures that laws are consistent with the Constitution and that all citizens receive fair treatment under the law. However, its decisions can sometimes be controversial and impact society for generations. Critics of the judicial branch point out that lifetime appointments can lead to a lack of accountability and that the confirmation process for judges can be highly politicized, affecting the impartiality of the judiciary. Checks and balances. Finally, let's discuss the system of checks and balances, a fundamental aspect of the American political system. This system ensures that no single branch of government becomes too powerful. Each branch has specific powers that allow it to check the others. For example, the president can veto legislation passed by Congress, but Congress can override that veto with a 2/3 vote. The Supreme Court can declare laws or executive actions unconstitutional, effectively nullifying them. This system creates a balance of power that aims to prevent any one branch from dominating the government. However, it can also lead to significant political gridlock and hinder swift decision-making. Checks and balances are essential for protecting the democratic principles upon which the United States was founded. Despite its importance, the system of checks and balances is not without flaws. It can sometimes lead to a stalemate where necessary legislation or reforms are delayed or blocked. This has led to criticism that the system can be inefficient and slow to respond to the needs of the public. Wrapping up, the American political system is a complex structure that balances power among the 3 branches of government. From the legislative process in Congress to the executive actions of the president and the judicial decisions of the courts, each branch plays a vital role in maintaining democracy and upholding the Constitution. Understanding this system is crucial for informed citizenship. It allows individuals to appreciate the checks and balances that aim to protect their rights and to engage more effectively in the democratic process. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses of political and social issues. Thanks for watching and see you next time.